right, today we're going to go through the classical probability and cross tabulations worksheet. And in the first question, it says draw a tree diagram showing the experiment of tossing a coin twice. So, heads, tails, first time I toss. And then we know we can get heads, tails the second time. So when I want to list my sample space, heads, heads, tails, tails, heads, tails, tails. So again, show all your possible outcomes in a sample space. Okay, there is my sample space. Okay, question with cards. What's the probability of drawing a king or a spade? Well, in the deck of cards, there are 4 kings. Okay, and there are 13 spades in the deck. Okay. But what we didn't think about here is the king of spades. Okay, I counted the king in that situation. I counted spades in that situation. The king of spades, I have to subtract away. So 16 out of 52 would be my answer there. Now notice the difference between the words there. In the next one, let's probably drawing a king and a spade. So it means you have to have both conditions. Well, there's only one king of spades in the deck. So that answer would just be 1 out of 52. All right, answering questions with a cross tabulation. Okay, so if I get my totals here, I have 30 lawyers, I have 30 doctors for a total of 60 people, I have 25 men, and I have 35 women for a total of 60. So the probability that I am a doctor, okay, again, how many doctors are they if I read across? Probably your doctor is 50%. Probably that you're a lawyer and you're a man. So what's the intersection of lawyer and men? 17 out of 60. Okay, just looking for the middle. Probably have a woman and a doctor. So women and doctors, the intersection is 22 out of 60. Now, again, if we have the or situation, how many men are there? There are 25 out of 60, okay, when I read vertically. How many doctors are there? There are 30 out of 60. But again, when you went down and when you went across, you counted that 8 twice. You counted it for men and you counted it for doctors. So just like with the Venn diagram, we have to subtract that away. So it's actually only going to be 47 out of 60 after we subtract. Now in the back, we have another cross tabulation. And again, you want to get your totals. So A students, there are 25. C students, there are 25 for a total of 50. There's 21 soccer players, and there are 29 volleyball players. Again, both totals should add up to that total of 50. So the probability that you're a soccer player, I'm going to read vertically, 21 out of 50. Probably you are an A student, horizontally, 25 out of 50. Probably the volleyball player, vertically, 29 out of 50. C student, read horizontally, 25 out of 50. Okay, now we look for our keywords, and or. Soccer player and a C student. So soccer player, C student, the intersection, 10 out of 50. Volleyball or a student, A student. So volleyball we know is 29. A students we know are 25. But the volleyball players who were A students, we don't want to count them twice. So we have to subtract 14 away. So that would be 40 out of 50. Now, soccer player, an A student. Soccer players, there were 21. A students, there were 25. And we want to subtract away the 11 players, soccer players who are A students. We don't want to count them twice. So that would be 35 out of 50. And then for the last two, volleyball player and a C student, the intersection of those two is 15 out of 50. Volleyball player or a soccer player. Well, how many volleyball players do I have? 29. How many soccer players do I have? 21. That makes up the whole list, 50 out of 50. There's no intersection between those two. Okay? That's what we call mutually exclusive events.
Excuse an interruption. Faculty Council will meet in the library this afternoon. Thank you.
Sorry about that. So, mutually exclusive. Okay, again, what does that mean? That means that in this case, you're either a volleyball player or you're a soccer player. There's no intersection of those two. You're one or the other. So there's nothing to subtract away, whereas you could be a volleyball player and a C student. You could be a soccer player and an A student. There's an intersection to subtract away. But mutually exclusive means there's no intersection. Okay? You're a man or you're a woman. You're a Republican or you're a Democrat. That's mutually exclusive. So again, I hope that helps a little bit with going through and finding, using a cross tabulation. Again, a cross tabulation is just a fancy way of saying a chart that we can read horizontally or that we can read vertically. Okay? But again, our total should always add up to be the same no matter how we're adding them up. Okay? I hope that helps, and good luck with the other cross tabulation worksheets.